Welcome in to another legendary mock draft. I am Chev Dor Sanders, aka Chev90, aka your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster. And what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about how I think the first two rounds of your rookie mock draft are going to go based on some information that we've accumulated over the course of the last 2 or 3 weeks. Everything prior to that is just kind of smoke screens. We're looking at pro days. We're looking at people who are sharing their opinions. So I felt like it's time for me to hop on the old internet, the old series of tubes, and give you my opinion. So I want to give you a 2 round mock draft, no landing spots. If you want rookie mock drafts and landing spots, go check out the video I dropped on Tuesday here on Player Profiler and like, comment, tell me where I'm wrong, tell me where I'm crazy. But you can get those a mock draft with landing spots here. So what we're going to do today, this is tight end premium. This is going to be a 2 round rookie mock draft. No landing spots, just the old straight from the brain legendary ball knowledge that I am giving to the people. So without further ado, let's get into it. 101, very obvious, no questions, no equivocations. We've got Ashton Jeanty. Now, Ashton Jeanty led the nation in rushing in 2024. His yards after contact would have been second in rushing in the nation. So we're going to go ahead and leave Ashton Jeanty at the 101. Now, at the 102, this is actually where the draft starts. So we're talking about you have to make a choice. You have to choose between the people's 102 for the majority of mock draft rookie season, the guy who people are saying could supplant Ashton Jeanty with the proper landing spot, Chargers, or Pittsburgh. Or sorry, I don't know what happened there. But I think that the draft starts here. So if you want to go Cam Ward, if you want to go with the guy who's going to have more insulated value as the projected number 1 overall pick, you can do that. I mean, Cam Ward had a 95 QBR. That's 95 out of 100, not passer rating, which is based on it's 158.3. 95 QBR on third down last year. We're talking about a guy with incredible poise that just sees the game. It seems like a tick slower than everybody else. Everything's happening in slow motion, and he just makes it happen. So Cam Ward's projected number 1 overall pick. We're going, or you can go with Amarion Hampton, just a hammer of a human being, back-to-back 1,500 yards at the University of North Carolina. I mean, you can't really go wrong here, but for this exercise, I'm going to take the more insulated value. I'm going to take Cam Ward. That might be a little bit of homerism, considering that I think he's going to be in two-tone blue come this fall, or actually come next Thursday. So April 24th, Cam, holler at me. We can get you set up out there in Brentwood. So for me, it's Cam Ward at the 102. Now at the 103, we've got Amarion Hampton. So the not consensus RB2 in the class, but most people's RB2 post combine, because like I said, he's a rock solid human being, a workout warrior who came in and timed 4.46 in the 40. So Cam Ward goes 102, Amarion Hampton goes 103. Moving on to the 104. This is where it starts to get a little bit interesting, because this is some people's RB2 in this class. But for me, he's a little bit lower, not tremendously lower, but I think that the third running back off the board here is going to be Travion Henderson. So we've lamented his ability to pass protect. You've seen all the stills and the clips of his ability to pass protect. He scores a 75-yard touchdown in the college football playoff, showing off his explosive ability. He's one of the highest rated players in the history of 24/7 at the running back position. So he's our pick here at the 104. Now, this is tight end premium, so we move to the first tight end off the board. It's Tyler Warren, the unicorn usage prospect at the tight end position. Now you'll say, but legendary Ballnor, he was a 5th-year breakout and he wasn't very good until he was stuck behind NFL guys. Like, just pump the brakes a little bit. This dude's good. Turn the tape on, watch him play football. You'll understand why he's the 105 and he's my 105. So without further ado, we've got a guy who was the consensus 102 prior to the combine, but he's done nothing. He's done nothing to help his stock since football stopped happening. But the problem is when football was happening, he was one of the only guys to command 130 targets in 2023 and 2024, putting up back to back over 1,300 yard seasons. So my 106 here is going to be Ted McMillan. That's right. 6'5", 219 pounds. He's the contested catch goon of this draft, probably the best at the catch point in this draft. Now, does he leave a little bit to be desired in terms of his refined route running or nuance? Yes. And that's why he's at the 106 and not at the 102, where he was earlier in the process. And he said he doesn't like to watch film on his own time. I don't know how true or how well in context that was put, but it's kind of off-putting. So he's going to be at the 106 here. Moving on, we've got the antithesis of what Ted McMillan is. We've got the professional's professional. We've got Emeka Egbuka. Now, Emeka Egbuka was able to command targets in a room with JSN, in a room with Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson, and a room with Marvin Harrison Jr. All of these guys have all had really good success, save for Marvin Harrison, but he got incredible draft capital. So, I think it's on the way, but that's a different story for a different day. We've got the professional's professional. We've got Emeka Egbuka at the 107 here. Now, this is where it gets a little bit spicy. This is probably the most polarizing pick in the entire first round. We're talking about Luther Burden III. So the important thing with Luther Burden here is the fact that he has to land somewhere where they can project and see, oh, this is a guy who can do more than just have manufactured touches at or behind the line of scrimmage, where at the University of Missouri, 43% of his touches in 2024 were designed at or behind the line of scrimmage. This is a guy who can do a lot more than that, and maybe the best run after catch threat in the entire draft outside of Travis Hunter. So at the 108, we do maybe reach a little bit. I don't think so. I mean, if he gets first round draft capital, it's wheels up for me. But we don't have that information here. But I'm still going to take the talent here. Now, moving on to my actual RB3 in the draft. He's going to slide a little bit because people don't really know what they're watching. So you've got all the film bros saying, well, his advanced metrics were bad. And I don't care that he rushed for 1,500 yards as an 18-year-old true freshman. And I don't care that he was really good and helped Travion stay healthy at Ohio State and brought home a national championship. Anyway, Quinshawn Judkins is my pick here at the 109. He's going to be an excellent NFL running back. I think that I comped him to David Montgomery early in the process. He's even more athletic than David Montgomery. The RAS score proved it. He goes out, runs a 4.4, has a 39-inch vertical, and nearly an 11-foot broad jump. I believe it was 11 foot on the nose. So he's our pick here. Now, at pick 10, we've got a lot of people's either QB2 or QB7 in the draft. Opinions are all over the place, but this is a value that you can't pass up with someone who's going to get first-round draft capital. Shedeur Sanders is the pick at 110. Now, Shedeur Sanders, we've seen him deliver time and time again with dirty pockets, getting getting pummeled into oblivion as he is throwing the ball. He led the NCAA in completion percentage from a clean pocket in 2024. So, looking at you, Kevin Stefanski, if you can get that O-line together and give Shedeur Sanders just a clean pocket to throw to the receivers, you've got all the guys there. Shedeur Sanders is my pick here at the 110. Moving on to a guy who's also very polarizing, who's climbed in the draft process throughout this whole deal, and now I believe that he will be a first-round pick, which justifies my selection of him right here. Jackson Dart sneaks into the first round. He's been kind of meandering his way up throughout the process, but he's got a live arm. He's got the mobility. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put Jackson Dart in at the 111. Now, again, tight end premium. Moving forward, we have Colston Loveland. Colston Loveland's a guy who, I mean, he played on a team that I don't know if they got the memo that you can use the forward pass, because they certainly didn't use a talent like Colston Loveland. Now he's getting mocked in the first round I've seen him mocked to the Colts. If he gets that type of first round draft capital, we can assume that this is a lock pick here at the 112. So just to recap, we've run through the first round here. We've got 4 running backs and 3 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends, okay, and 3 receivers selected in the first round. Now, it's gonna the balance of power is about to shift. We're getting into the second round here, and I'm gonna kick it off with a guy who hit 22 miles an hour, true junior, early declare, was one of the darlings of the process, but the combine did him no favors. So what do? We buy the dip. Caleb Johnson is the pick here in the second round, kicking it off. We're talking about a guy, like I said, 225 pounds, hit 22 miles an hour on the GPS in back-to-back seasons, 2023 and 2024. And you see that show up on the tape. He's consistently breaking long runs. I mean, Caleb Johnson, extreme value here. He was in the back end of the first round. Now he's in the second round, and I can't pass up on that value. Speaking of insane values, what kind of value would you put on the Heisman Trophy winner if he decided he was going to be a full-time receiver? So we've got Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is the guy. Travis Hunter comes in, he wins the Biletnikoff, he wins the Heisman. We don't know if he's going to play corner or receiver. My thing is, you can't moonlight at corner. You've got to be locked in. So here's the thing, it's a home run swing. If he's able to be the Shohei Ohtani of American tackle football, then yes, this is a slam dunk pick. He's playing 60 snaps a game on offense and 60 snaps a game on defense because he's that dynamic with the ball in his hands. So we're going to move on to another guy who's climbed throughout this process, but seems to be losing some steam because of his 1.85 career yards per route run and lack of a true breakout. Now, we're talking about Matthew Golden, former University of Texas wide receiver, runs a 4.29. Now it's believed that he's going to be in the first round. He's in the first round in several mocks. And so now we're talking about him being at the third pick of the second round. I think this is appropriate value here. If he gets a great landing spot, like say the Seattle Seahawks at pick 18, then I expect this to move significantly. But right now, I've got him at the 2-3. Moving on, 2-4, we've got Trey Harris, the guy who breaks the analytical model, the 6'3", 210-pound ex-receiver, has the formation versatility, has the route running chops, has the contested catchability. We've got a little bit of an injury concern for him, but he's been consistently performing. He's got 3 straight years of over 900 yards. This year in 2024, he goes over 1,000 yards. I love Trey Harris. He's personally my wide receiver 3 in this class, but I think this is where he's going to fall in rookie drafts, depending on the draft capital. Moving on to a guy who was my RB4 in the class, but now we're getting a bit of a discount, and I think he could fall even further than this, but I can't go through this draft and let him slide here because I want to talk to you about how good Devin Neal is. Now, Famika Abuka is the professional's professional at wide receiver. This is the professional's professional at running back. So 3 straight years over 1,000 yards. He goes to the combine. He runs a 4.58. Everybody says, oh, but he's not good. He's not fast. We knew he wasn't fast going into it. 4.58 is plenty fine. He finds a way to create yardage when there's nothing, and I value that over how fast a guy can run in his underwear. So we take Devin Neal here. We profit afterwards. Now, this is the spiciest pick of the second round to me. You guys let me know your thoughts here. Jalen Milroe, okay? Now, I do think there's a bit of projection here because this is clearly a developmental pick if a team selects him on day 1 or day 2 because of the fact that he has all the physical tools. He has the requisite arm strength. He has the athletic ability. He runs a 4.3 or 4.4. Obviously, pro day 40s are not the most reliable thing, but you saw this show up on tape in spades. So Jalen Milroe is the pick here at 206. Now, 207, another spicy pick. We've got one of the most exciting ones in the entire draft in Cam Skattebo. Skattebo, 476 missed tackles in 2024, runs like a bowling ball with knives sticking out of it, and caught 44 passes for 540 yards in 2024. So we're not just talking about a guy who absolutely hates the idea that he could be tackled by one person. We're talking about a guy with a versatile skill set. So Cam Skattebo, goes at pick 2-7 in the second round. Now at 2-8, we've got Alec Aomanor, the catching Canuck. This is another spicy one because you see all over the place that this is one of the most polarizing guys, but we take him here at the 2-8. The claim to fame seems to be, oh, look what he did to Travis Hunter, but he's got listen, this is a really big, strong, fast guy. He runs 4.4 at the combine at 206 pounds, and he's displayed that he's an elite run after catch threat. We don't have to spend too much time here. Moving on to a guy I absolutely love, who the community has caught up on, Jalen Noel. Jalen Noel, 5'9", 196 pounds. He and his teammate Jaden Higgins were the first receivers since CeeDee Lamb and Hollywood Brown to go over 1,000 yards as teammates. So that's significant. These guys are putting up numbers, and that's why at the 210, I went ahead and took Jaden Higgins off the board. Now, this is one guy that you can say, hey, Chev told me that this is going to be a guy who's not going to be available at the back end of the second round, especially if he gets top 50 capital. But right here, right now, today, he goes at the 210 in Chev's mock draft, in the legendary mock draft. So we've got that out of the way. But you know, when your draft comes, if he gets capital, he won't be available. Now, RJ Harvey's my pick at 211. I think he's one of the most dynamic running backs in a deep running back class. Despite the age, I mean, if he weren't old, I do feel like he would get more steamed up. But, I mean, he's my RB7 in this class. So I'm going to take RJ Harvey here at the 211. Now, last pick of this draft, of this mock draft, is a guy who was on his way to another 1,400-yard season before it was cut short for injury, an injury to his ankle, I believe. He goes to the Senior Bowl. He dominates. He put up 800 yards in 7 games this year. Jalen Royals, I believe this is going to be another day 2 pick, potentially back into the second round. If he gets that capital, it's going to be wheels up. Another guy that's going to move drastically based on actual NFL selection. So there you have it. 24 picks to get you primed and pumped and ready for the NFL draft coming this Thursday. Listen, if you made it to the end of the video, please leave me a comment. Tell me what you would have done differently. If I'm crazy, who's a player that I left off that you're high on? Maybe it's Basil Tootin. If there's a player that you see on here that you want off, let me know. But let me know in the comment section. I'll be lurking. Until next time, I'm the legendary ball knower. This has been a legendary mock draft, and I'm out.
Hey, I want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in. It's important to me that all of our media be free. This is only possible because of you allowing a true independent sports media enterprise to thrive unlike any other in the business. So please subscribe to the All In Package to continue to make all of this possible, to ensure that all of our stats, information, data, content is available to you, especially you, the people that get the site and get the show.